Hello everyone, it's Lindsay and I am back with not a Bible journaling entry. This is going to be something new today, but I'm using the May Faith Art Box from Creative Retreat Kits. I do have an unboxing on my channel if you want to check that out and see what all comes in the kit. And I also wanted to show you this. So I'm doing a new storage solution for my stickers. So I'm using these binder rings and I've separated my alphas and the regular cardstock stickers so they're easier to flip through and kind of try out colors and things like that. So we'll see how that works. But I am working in the 100 Days of Bible Promises book written by and designed by Sean and Noel. I think a lot of us are working through this book. I will have it linked down below for you guys if you're interested. Mine's going to look a little bit different than what you see in the store because I went and took mine and had it coil bound. That way it would lay flat, just in case you're wondering about that. But it just so happened I looked ahead to see what day my video is going to go live for you guys, which is today, May 11th. And the colors of this page match the colors of the kit this month. So I thought, you know what, let's do something different and let's work in here today instead of my Bible. One, to show you that these kits aren't only for Bible journaling. They are for art journaling, faith journaling, planner girls. I mean, you name it. If you want to do card making or anything like that, you can use these kits for that. And so I wanted to kind of branch out and do something different. And the kit devotional is talking about God's plan for us and finding comfort in that during times of anxiousness or craziness. And it kind of went with today's Bible promise. And so today's Bible promise is talking about drawing others to Jesus and living our lives in a way where we are calm during anxious situations, and that will lead others to kind of say, you know, why is she like that? Why is she doing that? And lead them to Jesus through our actions. And so by blooming in Jesus, being rooted in Jesus, we are giving a reason for others to follow and giving them an example. So I kind of pulled the two together and it really worked today. So what I've done on screen here is I'm using various alpha stickers and stamps and created this little title here that says Bloom in Jesus so others will follow. And I'm going to create a wreath out of the stamps. So that is my coffee cup full of Inktense pencils. And I use that to trace a circle onto the page. It took a couple tries to get it lined up just right. And then I erased most of it. So it's barely visible. You probably can't see it. I could see it. And now I'm going to stamp the tulips and greenery from this month's kit around in a wreath shape. And for all my stamping, except for one time, but most of my stamping today, I'm using big brush markers from Faber-Castell. I much prefer the big brush markers over the smaller brush markers for stamping. They just ink up a lot better and they're super juicy and it just works really well. What you're not seeing off camera is that once I get it inked up like this, I'm actually taking it and kind of like huffing some hot air onto it. Sounds gross, but I'm just making sure that all the ink is activated and not dry, and that's how I get a really good impression with this. And the other nice thing about working in this book like this is it's all flat underneath. So my Bible, guys, I've got to get a new one. I'm trying to debate whether I'm going to get a new one this week. Apologize, you're going to see tons of my head here for the next few minutes. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to get a new one this week or try to hold off because I have an inkling that there's going to be a new Bible coming out very soon this year. And so I'm trying to decide if I'm going to try to wait or get a new one now. So this is an excuse to work in this book for this video because my other one's just my Bible's too full. But what I'm doing is just going around and stamping these. And I don't know if you can tell, but I have the flowers on each side of my stamp block. And that way I can just quickly work back and forth between the different flowers and the greenery, and just makes this process go a little bit faster. I did kind of off screen line up the stamps and kind of like pretend stamp to see if it was going to be evenly spaced. It's not perfect, but it did work out okay. And so that's something. Wreaths are hard. 90% of the time it's wonky or not right, or I don't know. I got lucky with this one, guys, so don't feel bad. I struggle with getting a good circular wreath when I'm stamping, but tracing out that line first seemed to help quite a bit. So Now I'm pulling out the stamp set from last month, which is sold out. Sorry guys, but that means that tons of you out there have this one because it's sold out. So I'm pulling out the flowers from last month, and I'm going to use these to kind of fill in some areas and make this wreath a little bit fuller. And you can see the background images on this spread. The colors aren't a perfect match for this month, and there wasn't any green on here or purple, but I was able to pull those in, and it looked okay since there was the yellow and pink and that kind of like fleshy tone color. And so it doesn't have to be exact, guys. It's kind of the nice thing about this particular book, is you can kind of just use the pre-printed images as a base and work off of that. So here's where I'm pulling in some Versamark. I think this is chalk ink or pigment ink. I can't remember. I'll link it down below if I can find it. And just filling in a little bit of purple. I didn't want too much purple because I hadn't really used any purple yet. And there is purple in this month's kit, but there really isn't a lot of purple on this spread. So I'm just pulling in a little bit. And then I'm going in with a brush marker just to add some dot detail and really fill that out. And I was really happy with how that came out. I got lucky, guys. I get a lot of questions about why I heat set my stickers. I know that sounds weird, but usually it's because I'm activating the adhesive. So since I had kind of lined up those stickers on my Bible mat first before I put them down on my page, it kind of took away some of the stickiness in areas, and they were wanting to pop up. And so before I go in and outline everything with a black pen, I do heat set them, and the heat reactivates the adhesive and makes them super sticky, so then they won't pop up. And then I'm just going in and outlining everything just to help that phrase that I created really pop out from that wreath. The wreath is really busy, and so this kind of helps it stand out. And here I have some highlighter washi from Illustrated Faith, and I am highlighting the prayer. As I work through this book, sometimes I do a lot of journaling and just let the prayer that's typed in here be my prayer, or sometimes I take notes or add my own prayers, or I don't know, it just every time's kind of different. So I went ahead and added a prayer up at the top there just to kind of tie in what I took away from this kit and this book. And then as a finishing touch, I'm taking some Nuvo drops in English mustard. I'm just squeezing to get all the air out of the nozzle, and then I can use these on the page. And this gives you the look of faux enamel dots. You do want to be almost straight up above, like at a 90-degree angle from the page. I'm a little skewed just so you can see what I'm doing, but you typically want to be at a 90-degree angle and just slow, steady pressure. It does take some practice to get good, like, circles, but this stuff kind of self-settles and they look awesome. They do take about 24 hours to dry, so I do need to leave this open on my desk, make sure that it is fully dry, but I keep forgetting to use these, and they're in a drawer, so I thought I'd pull them out and start using them in this project. So that was just kind of the finishing touch, and that is it for the project today. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out the description box for links to all the products used in the video today. Give this video a thumbs up if it was inspiring, and subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.